Paladin Danse.
Have you reconsidered my request for support, civilian?
Time to waste. Let's get moving.
Outstanding. Balin, take Reese inside and bind his wounds.
Yes, sir.
Reese, once you're on your feet, I want you to make certain that the river is
Sanctuary. I knew you'd join us here, kid. Your energy is tied to this place. Yeah. So what's your story? Looking to trade? Rob me? Or just ask directions to Diamond City?
Just looking for love, sweetheart.
Boy, have you come to the wrong place.
Uh-huh.
But I'll tell you what.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Here's what I got.
Hey, you ready to help out? The only chance to start rebuilding the Minuteman. Trouble.
I'd be glad to help.
That's fantastic. By the way, I haven't forgotten that you need my help. Remind me as soon as you found out what that settlement needed from the Minutemen.
Try not to sever anything you might miss.
Hello? What are you hiding? All odds and ends in this one.
Hey, Mom. How are you getting along? Just fine. It's nice to finally settle down. Spend so much time moving around.
Oh, yeah? You spent a little time on the run when you were younger?
Oh, yes, you have to when there's a bounty on your head. A little elderly advice. Don't double-cross a raider. They hold long grudges.
Yeah, that's good advice. Sounds like quite the adventure.
trouble around here.
Didn't you ask the Minutemen for help?
You're with the Minutemen? I didn't really think you fellas still existed. We sent word with one of them passing traders, but honestly, I never expected anything to come of it. Most people don't put much stock in the Minutemen these days after Quincy. Bad business, that.
Is there something you need my help with?
Whew. Yeah, I'm damn glad you're here. There's a raider gang that's been giving us trouble for weeks. Stealing food and supplies, threatening to kill us all if we don't pony up. We know where they're coming from, but we can't go up against a gang like that.
Will you be willing to join the Minutemen once I've dealt with those raiders?
Well, we'll certainly give it a good long think. People have gotten used to not being able to count on you folks. That's not gonna change overnight.
Huh? Let's do this.
What's that?
for the help. Thanks for the help. Thanks for the help.
Nothing for taste.
Perfect. Won't be able to pick this. Loctite. Hey,
I'm all ears.
don't think I can pick this. Wait there.
I'll stay put.
Come on.
Count on it.
Go check that out.
How about we try something else?
Check. Take over there.
That's not something I do.
Hold position.
Guess I'll settle in then.
Moving out.
Done and done.
Hearing shit.
What?
Nothing there now.
Hey,
I'll find you!
Got it.
Fun? Huh? I could do this all day.
Stubborn! I'll give you that.
Seems they skipped town.
Come back! I was having fun. You're all dead already. Man, you're strong.
Lock's really strong.
Playing games with me, huh?
Shoot him! Shoot 'em all!
There's something out there.
Who's there?
Sure you saw something?
That's it.
Huh?
What else you got?
Where'd you get to?
What the?
snoop 'em out. awful vulnerable here.
Think you can win this? Huh?
Stand to the left! Much knowledge was lost when the bombs hit. Good to see someone trying to bring it back.
find those raiders?
We taught those raiders a lesson. We'll teach them again if they come back.
Yeah, I kicked their asses for you.
No kidding. That's the best piece of news we've had around here for a good long time. So we've been talking. We decided if you came through for us, we'd join up with the Minutemen again. If we want things to get better, we've got to start helping each other. So, we're in. You can count on us if you need help down the line. Thanks again, friend.
Let's trade some things.
Of course.
Excuse me, I just wanted to stop by, offer my services again.
Oh no. You get the hell away from me, Sid. I'm not telling you anything about Buddy, just so you can snatch him.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
I want to trade a few things.
If you ever change
Sure
your
thing.
mind, I'll be more than happy to help you bring Buddy home. Sorry you feel that way. If you ever change your mind, I'll be more than happy to help you bring Buddy home. That what your parents used to say to you?
At least it's not raining. I haven't forgotten that you need my help. Remind me as soon as you found out what that settlement needed from the Minutemen.
You know that settlement you sent me to help? They've decided to join the Minutemen.
That's great news. I knew you were the right person for the job. By the way, you should have one of these flare guns. You can use it to signal for help from any nearby Minutemen. Not much use yet, but once we have more allied settlements, you'll have help whenever you need it. I don't think I ever told you what happened to the Minutemen. How I ended up as the last one.
I'm listening.
Have you heard of the Quincy Massacre?
No.
I thought everyone in the Commonwealth knew about that by now. Where the Minutemen betrayed each other and the people they were supposed to protect. I was with Colonel Hollis's group. A mercenary group called the Gunners was attacking Quincy. The people there called for the Minutemen to help. We were the only ones that came. The other groups, they just turned their backs on us and the folks in Quincy. Only a few of us got out alive. Colonel Hollis was dead, so I ended up in charge of the survivors. We never found a safe place to settle. One disaster after another. You saw how it ended in Concord?
As long as you don't...
I'm not about to give up. That's why I'm talking to you. I can't rebuild the Minutemen, but I think you can.
Hey, that means a lot coming from you, Garvey.
I appreciate that. Does that mean you'll do it?
What makes you think I can do this?
You saved us in Concord. There wasn't anything in it for you. You had your own problems to deal with, but you did it anyway. That kind of selflessness has been in mighty short supply around here for quite a while.
Can you explain what the Minutemen are all about?
We're citizen soldiers. That was the original, I think
No, I'm not your savior. I have my own problems to deal with.
Not an easy decision, but maybe one you should consider more seriously.
I get it. You can't take care of other people's problems when you're still overwhelmed by your own. But one day, I hope you change your mind and accept my proposal. The Commonwealth needs you.
Hey.
What do you say? Will you be the leader that the Commonwealth needs? Will you rebuild the Minutemen?
Okay.
Finally, something going the Commonwealth's way.
Good. Good. Welcome aboard. I feel like this is a whole new start for the Minutemen, and the Commonwealth too. Don't worry, I'll be right beside you all the way, General.
That's quite a promotion you just gave me.
The leader of the Minutemen has always held the rank of general. Our last leader was General Becker. After he died back in '82, nobody could agree on who should take his place. The one good thing about being the last Minuteman is there's no one to argue with me when I say you're the new general. Now it's your job to make it more than an empty title. I've got something a bit different for you. Our scouts have found a promising spot for a new settlement. Once you clear it out, set up a radio beacon to let settlers know about it. Before you know it, we'll have a thriving new farm instead of wasteland. We'll take back the Commonwealth, one piece at a time. You wanted help earlier. Some kind of machine to get into the Institute?
The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out. This machine can hijack their signal and send me instead.
Teleportation? For real? Wow. That would explain a lot about how the Institute manages to operate. If anyone can make heads or tails of those plans, it'd be Sturgis. I haven't found anything yet that he couldn't build or fix. Maybe you can find out where those bastards are coming from and put a stop to it.
Hey, I lived in holes worse than this.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Here you go.
Wow, what a mess. Looks like, encrypted RF transmissions. Okay, so that gets routed through... What the hell? Teleportation. This is some pretty crazy shit. You sure it's for real?
It's real. I got it from an ex-Institute scientist.
Seriously? I didn't know you could be an ex-Institute anything and still be breathing. Anyway, The eggheads never think about the nuts and bolts of actually making something work. But, looks like it's all here. Yeah, I'm gonna need some time to study this thing. The handwriting's pretty hard to make out. But, you can get started on what he calls a stabilized reflector platform. It'll need some pretty high-grade metals, but it's basically not that different than the lining of a jet engine or something like that.
Good work, Sturgis.
Well, don't thank me yet. I think I got the gist of it, but it's gonna take some time to work out the details of some of the hairier sections. Here's a list of what you'll need for the first piece. I'm pretty sure we've got all that at Sanctuary, if you want to build it there. While you're working on that, I'll get busy figuring out how to actually build the rest of this thing. Keep in mind, I can already see this is gonna take a crazy amount of juice. Like if you had a spare nuclear reactor handy, we could probably use it. And it's going to be big. So find a nice open building site with lots of power available.
This isn't gonna do anything without power.
I hope you find your son.
How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
No, not yet.
Okay. I got plenty to keep me busy here. Don't worry.
Hey, Sturgis.
How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal?
Yeah, ready to build the rest of it.
Good. Here's a list of... I'll meet you over...
Can you explain how this thing is actually gonna work?
Let me break it down for you. There's, 4 main parts to this thing. 1, a control console to input the code and process the signal. 2, what he calls a relay dish. That's what intercepts the tele... 4, one thing... I'll see you...
Oh shit, yo Frost. I was muted that whole time, right? Alright, yeah, that's my bad. Alright, it produces 3? Oh, fuck. Okay. Go for it. Wait, what makes a lot of power? It produces 10. Okay, so 10, 5, 3. Need this one to go to this one. Just need 1, so. Okay, so we need to go find some other houses to completely get rid of. Or like scrap. Alright, what's up? How? What's the game? Like a hill. I mean, I asked, so that's kind of my fault. What's the best way to get aluminum? Fallout. Steel. Yeah, Fallout 4. Shit, because I need just like fucking 4 or 5 aluminum. Oh, aluminum, perfect. Okay. Alright. Because right now I'm trying to build the thing to get into the Institute. It's taking a while. Anyways, what's the Roblox game about? Steel. Plastic. intelligence. Alright. Okay, because everything's giving me wood. There's no like... Yeah, everything's just steel and not much what I'm looking for. Huh. Turning out a lot harder to find something that I need. Wow, there's really a lot of, a lot of wood everywhere, and there's no fucking... What could this give me? Steel. Great, more steel. That's just nice. Of course. Let's see if I have anything in my inventory that I can actually scrap that would help out. Steel.
Codsworth.
Sir, welcome back, sir. I do hope you were able to find some assistance in Concord.
You could say that. I made a few new friends.
Can't have enough of those these days. I realize that I'm no Mr. Gutsy, but if needed, I'd be honored to accompany you throughout the Commonwealth. Just say the word.
I'd like to trade some items.
Of course.
Sturgis.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. Getting cold feet? I don't blame you. Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute, what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's,
Alright.
Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
Alright, hell yeah, we're in here now. We're in the Institute.
Hello. I wonder.
Sure, what you doing for us?
You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here.
Broken.
I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean.
Father, what's
It's
going
me.
on? What's happening?
I'm your dad. Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Sean, open the door.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code 0.
Contact detected, possibly.
Oh, shit. So I killed the main guy who was like protecting Shepard, who stole Sean. Now he's dead, and I might die while I'm beating.
Can't pick this.
There are a lot of enemies here, and none of them can get to me. Yo, what's up, Matthew? I didn't realize I was muted earlier. No, I didn't. Of course, he lags out. 2 people in a party is too much for his internet. He joins a party, it has to be 1 person.
The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Not right now.
Give me Sean. The real Sean. Right now!
I know. You've gone to such
Yep.
lengths to find him.
God. All we're missing are the teacups and the white rabbit.
Ah, levity. Excellent. A sure sign that you adapt quickly to stressful environments. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
It's really you? After all this time?
Yes. It's true. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
It wasn't right, what they did. Taking you from me like that.
To you, that would certainly seem true. But to the Institute, it made all the sense in the world. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking, yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
I don't believe you. There's no way any of this is true.
I wish there was something to say. I know this isn't what you wanted, but it's the only truth I can offer you.
You're my son? Then prove it. Now.
I've already told you how I came to be here. I don't know what further proof I can offer that would convince you. I've shown you my trust. Your weapons haven't been confiscated, and I stand unarmed before you. Please, let's just talk.
If this is true, where do we start?
I know you must have questions. Please, anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
I don't expect you to understand or agree with the decision. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
They're scared of you, Sean. Scared of the Institute.
People are always frightened by
He's finding out that his son is actually 60.
Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us.
Ass Eater Jr. is 60 years old.
I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. What
Yeah,
else
that's
can
his
I
kid, the
say?
one that got taken, apparently.
your mind.
I don't know if I believe it or not, though.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
What would you have me say? The world is a dangerous place. Although I think maybe it always was. It's just a bit more honest about it now. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. I know there's more for us to discuss, but the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
I won't be a part of this. I can't.
Why? Because of the reputation of the Institute. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
Your institute has done some horrible things.
Yes, well, the world is not what it used to be. What about the people you've aided in order to get here? What atrocities have they committed? These Minutemen, claiming to want to save the Commonwealth from itself. They cannot even protect themselves. Their cause is a doomed one. None have any true claim to nobility in this world. Those days are gone. But we are not the monsters we have been cast as. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
I'm sorry. I can't do that.
I'm sorry to hear that. I had certainly hoped we could work together. But every man must make his own decisions. If you choose to leave, I cannot force you to stay. Understand, though, that I cannot allow you to remain within the Institute. You may have safe passage back to the relay, where you will be sent back to the surface. But from that point, you must be considered hostile. I'm sorry. I must think first of the safety of the Institute. And in the cruel world that has developed, those who are not with us are against us. The elevator will return you to the relay.
No way to pick this. No use. Sean, can we talk about this?
Have you reconsidered your decision?
Would need the key. Don't have the key. Useless.
Tied to this place, kid. Your energy.
You willing to do some work?
I can't help right now.
It's a free country.
Sturgis.
You willing to do some work?
I've made my choice. The Institute is now our enemy.
I always knew that day was coming. The question now is, what are we gonna do about them?
I say we attack. Take the fight to the Institute.
I'm all for that, but we don't have any way to hit them yet. You should give Sturgis that holotape with the Institute data on it. With any luck, he can use it to find some way in. In the meantime, we can focus on building up our strength while Sturgis is working his end. No half measures. This time, when we attack, we finish the job, once and for all. I've got something for you to do right now, actually. I've heard that folks at Finch Farm need some help. The Minutemen should be the ones that answer that call. Remember, every settlement we help is one step closer to the day when we can take on the Institute.
Hey, Sturgis.
You willing to do some work?
What kind of help do you need?
Well, for starters, we could use some real beds. We've been sleeping on the ground.
I'd be glad to help.
Okay, just make sure we can sleep. There's a workbench over there you can use. Give me a holler if you need anything.
Here's that holotape you gave me. Full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
We need a way to bring the fight to them.
Let's hope we got something we can use. Well, they sure aren't gonna fall for that teleport hijacker trick twice. Even if it wasn't a smoking pile of scrap metal. All the good stuff on here is gonna be encrypted. So the first job is to see if I can crack it. After that, well, I'll have to see what I've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe.
I think we ought to talk.
What's wrong?
Wrong? Oh, no, nothing's wrong. We've We've just been traveling a while now, and I figure there hasn't exactly been equitable distribution of information. Gotten a decent glimpse into your dirty laundry, but you still don't really know a whole heck of a lot about me. I figured I'd offer to balance the board. So, is there anything you want to know?
What's with the outfit?
After I started the agency, it just seemed like the sort of thing a detective ought to wear. I got some old memories, pre-war. Faded to all heck of guys dressed like this, doing what I do. Putting on the hat and trench coat, I figured it'd let folks know I was serious about the whole thing. Guess I felt they made...
So who are you, Nick?
That's a question I've been trying to figure out myself for a long damn time. I know I'm a synth, authentic Institute handiwork, but I'm still mechanical, not bioengineered like the fancy synths giving everyone the willies these days. I get tune-ups now instead of checkups. My memories, my personality, they're all lifted from some cop who volunteered for an experiment back before the war. They scanned his brain and copied it onto the hardware that runs between my ears. Don't know why they chose to make a robot based on some pre-war cop instead of a math genius or a bioengineer. Hey, maybe that's why the Institute tossed me in the garbage instead of turning me into one of their people snatchers.
Wait, you're a robot? What else have you been keeping from me?
Ha! Well, I'm not sure if anyone told you, but there's been a war. Nothing big. I think we'll bounce back just fine.
Wait, the original Nick was from my time?
Sure was. Which meant when I finally ended up out here, it was quite the rude awakening. I remember waking up one day in a garbage heap, a body in tatters and a head full of memories belonging to a man who'd been dead for 200 years. Suffice to say, it was a confusing couple of weeks. Folks didn't really know much about synths back then, so when I finally ran into people, they mostly treated me with caution rather than hostility. But the kids, they weren't afraid. I think his name was Jim. The first person to actually speak to me after I got the boot from the Institute. My first human contact in this world. Grilled me for an hour. Once they'd seen I wasn't going to hurt anyone, the other folks in the neighborhood came out to ogle the mechanical man. It eventually turned into a pretty swell soiree. The local mechanic even gave me a once-over, free of charge. Those people, they treated me like a human being. I've been trying to return the favor ever since. It's a surprisingly rare trait out here sometimes. It's something I've noticed you got a fondness for. Part of the reason I've stuck around this long.
If you're good to people, they'll be good back. That's something I've always believed.
Couldn't agree more. Well, I expect you're about as bored as can be listening to me rattle my skeletons. We should probably head out.
I'll try to make myself useful. No one wants to see a grown man feeling sorry for himself. Huh? Murphy. Can we talk?
I know what you're gonna ask me, Joan. I've seen it. And there's nothing I can do for you.
But you have the sight. It has to be able to.
Can't talk to the dead. Even the sight has words. I'm sorry. You're tied to this place, kid. Your energy.
Sturgis.
I like it. Having a place to sleep will improve everyone's spirits. What we need now is a reliable source of clean water.
I'm on it. Mm-hmm. Hey, Sturgis.
I feel better already, knowing we have a reliable supply of clean water. I hope you don't mind me asking for some more help, but our food supplies are running low. If we're gonna settle here, we'll need to get some crops established.
I'll start planting right away.
Good deal.
Alright, and that's the end of the stream for today.